find my ever elusive slide deck, which never seems to appear when I need it to. And can you see it?
No.
Lock screen.
Now we
Yeah,
can.
there it is.
Now you can. All right, fantastic. Welcome one and all to another episode, another session, another meeting.
Did you
I
hit
don't know what you
record?
call it.
I don't think you hit record yet.
He hit record. It popped up.
Yeah, it's going. It's recorded.
Oh,
It's
it didn't pop
recorded.
up on mine.
Thank you for
It
keeping
says
me honest,
recording in the
Stan.
corner.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I think we're good. Anyway, Salt Project Community Open Hour. I am Jimmy Chunga. Hey, welcome. I'm your Salt Project Community Manager. Thanks for being here. This is Community Open Hour for February 16th, 2023. Let's get to it here. Here's where you can find us. This is where you can find Salt, including but not limited to YouTube, GitHub, Slack, Twitch, Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and of course the Hacks podcast, which you can listen to anywhere fine podcasts are distributed. There you go. Here's what's happening today. We're going to have just an update from Elisa Rock. More stuff happening in the SaltDocs user group, which is cool. Also, community forums with Thomas Phipps from sunny Las Vegas, sunny but cold Las Vegas, Nevada, and then the important part of every open hour is we're going to be answering your questions. Open hour every first and third Thursday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's 11 a.m. to noon Mountain time, and then working our way east. The next Salt Project Community Open Hour will be on Thursday, March 2nd. In the meantime, we'd like to invite you to join a Salt Project working group. Speaking of Elisa Rock, we've got a whole bunch of them. What you want to do is go to saltproject.io/home/working/. Just go to saltproject.io and look for the participate tab, and you'll see the working groups there. You can also join Slack that way as well, for those of you that may be watching on YouTube and have yet to join the Salt Project Community Slack. A lot of fun in there, tons of stuff going on. Shout out to Nick Hughes. Our dear friend Nick Hughes is organizing a collection of meetups called Salt Project User Group Meetups. They're single-day events with speakers, recorded sessions, so on and so forth. Those sessions will ultimately wind up on YouTube, on the Salt Project YouTube page, for everyone to check out. But if you'd like to attend them in person, get some food and see everyone's beautiful faces right in front of you, you can go to Spugum, excuse me, Spugum, S-P-U-G-M, Spugum.com for Salt Project User Group Meetups. And thanks to Nick for putting all that together. Much appreciated. Thomas Phipps is standing by right now. Let's get right to it with an update from the community forums. Thomas.
Hey, it's a pretty simple one this time. User had fail hard in a lot of their states, and then they had a state that actually failed and was wondering why the output actually just stopped at that state, and there was no other states that showed up in the return after that. Turns out they had a misunderstanding of what fail hard means. They thought it meant it just fails the module, not the entire high state. Fail hard 2, fail harder.
Nice.
But yeah, the thing that's had them questioning is they only had one state showing in their entire high state, and they know that when they did like a show high state, there was a lot more than one high state in there. So they were wondering why they only got one on the return, and it's because nothing else ran. When it fails hard, it's done, and you will just get the last state as that failed as your output.
Nice. Okay. Anything else, Thomas? Is that it? Or we good, or is there more?
That's it. It was a pretty light week.
Is that a per state setting, or do you set that when you do the high state?
You can actually set that as an option in the map in a minion, but it is also a requisite.
All right, very good. If any of you have more questions about this, we do have our Q&A coming up in just a couple of minutes, and so keep those questions handy. Next up, our good friend Elisa Rock. Elisa, it's your turn.
All right. I put a wall of text on that slide. Sorry for the wall of text, but it's a summary. Okay, so I love that, by the way, when people say working groups, like my name is mentioned almost immediately after that. And that's because the Salt Docs Working Group is really cool, and we work on lots of really cool projects. As a reminder, last time in the last open hour, we talked about Charles's project to improve the module documentation. And once again, if you want to help with Charles's project, he just needs help finding use cases and examples for the file modules, the remote and state files, remote execution and state modules for file. That's a mouthful. Anyway, so if you want to help with that, you could go to the module docs channel. Now, so this week, I want to talk about an additional doc epic that we're working on. Jennifer Hollers, who's another member of the Salt Docs Working Group, is working on a long-term project to improve the Salt Docs landing page. And by the way, if you are trying to access the Docs landing page today, it's not possible. It's currently inaccessible because of a known issue with the publishing pipeline. We are aware of it. It just hasn't risen to the top of the priorities to fix, but we hope to fix it before the 3006 release happens. So on our radar, in case I get pinged about that all the time, like it's on our radar, we know. Anyway, right now, Jennifer is working on developing the user personas for the SALT community. And if you are not super familiar with UX, user personas are a term that's used in UX to refer to archetypal users whose goals and characteristics represent the needs of larger groups or of the users or the community. And so once she's done developing those personas for the SALT project, she's going to then begin mapping out the ideal user journey for each of these personas as it concerns the docs. So user journeys are another UX term that refers to the kind of the step-by-step journey that a user takes to achieve their goals. So in this case, she'll be mapping out the ways that each persona can use the docs landing page to find the documentation that will help them achieve their most common goals when they're coming to the SALT project into the docs. So all that is just a way to say that right now, Jennifer would like to validate her proto personas to ensure that they're grounded in solid user research and that they match with reality. In order to do that, we're going to hopefully interview around 12 to 15 community members who come from a variety of backgrounds and different experience levels with SALT. And just be aware that people who participate will get a free SALT Project t-shirt, compliments of the SALT Project store. Thank you, Chunga. And if you would like to help with this project by being interviewed, send me a DM on the community Slack, and we'll determine if you're a good fit for our project's goals. So be aware that even if you volunteer, we might not choose to interview you. That's just because we're especially looking for specific types of people that we're currently missing. We're missing people who are like junior system administrators who are new to SALT. And we're kind of missing the super advanced SALT users who are like systems architects, who are like really working on the automation pieces of SALT in their DevOps system and stuff like that. So if you happen to know, also if you happen to know anyone who is not a SALT user, but could be a prospective SALT user, we would probably love to talk to them as well. So we have lots of people we want to talk to. If you're one of the people who is interested in talking to us, we would love to chat with you. So just send me a DM if you are interested in that project. Okay, that was a mouthful. There's a lot to explain, but it is back to you now, Chunga.
Well done, as always. Round of applause for Elisa Ron. Round of applause. Well done. On that note, Elisa's talking about personas and how we can better serve the SALT community and to develop these profiles so that we have kind of a, just as she was saying, a guideline with which to work as far as customizing SALT and building SALT for our SALT community members. Another thing I would like to put out there in talking with Gareth and several core team members, Elisa, I would like you to do me a favor, if you would. If you're here in the meeting or if you're watching this on YouTube, hit me on Slack if you would. It's just Jimmy Chunga on Slack in the SALT Project community Slack channel. and let me know what you're using salt for. Just take a minute and just send me a message and say, hey, Chunga, here's what I'm using salt for. This all goes into helping us understand what people are doing with salt, how people are using salt, what they want to do with salt, and how creative they're being. And to reward you for this, I'm going to throw out codes for the Salty Store and get just a free swag, just at random. So, you know, just yeah, if you send something in, I may ping you back and say, hey, thanks a lot. Go to the Salty Store, here's a code. So super simple. We're going to be doing this over the next little bit just to get a better idea of what people are using salt for. And again, to help Jennifer and Elisa in the Salt Docs group build personas. So if you have any questions about this, you're more than welcome to reach out to me, again, on Slack or any of the Salt Core team members, and they can either forward it my way or they can answer it themselves. We're pretty chill here. So thank you again, Elisa, much appreciated. And now on to our Q&A section of Salt Project Open Hour. Nick time. Nick, I'm assuming that this is, you're going to lead us off here. Is that correct?
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you. Nick Hughes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Nick.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So one thing, sort of a go back, you said for people to find you on Slack and to look for Jimmy Chunga. It's just Chunga in Slack, so look for that.
Oh, yeah, it is. Thank you, Nick. Thanks for
No
keeping me
problem.
honest. I appreciate it. Yep.
I don't have anything like super pressing. I do have I think one PR 63347 that's waiting, but it is tagged for 3007. So I'm not sure if we've cut off a branch for 3006 release yet. Have we done that?
No.
No? Okay.
Not yet.
So that's probably going to sit for a little bit. The other one that I have is 63464, again, tagged 3007. But this one's a little bit of a pain in the butt because it touches the Rex. So every time somebody includes something, we got merge conflicts. So I'm not sure if we can recharacterize that as 3006 and sneak it in. It's just changes to salt check that aren't real sweeping. What do you guys think about that?
Is that the J unit one?
Yeah, that's the J unit one.
You put that PR number in the chat.
Sure, 63464 and pasted. So yeah, I just don't want to have to I'm working with another individual on this one, by the way, so it's not my PR, but we just don't want to have to resolve merge conflicts every time the recs get changed. And then, Chung, is it cool if I share my screen for like 10 seconds?
It is cool if you share your screen anytime, my friend. Go for it. We're good. We're not sharing anything.
Let me see if I can make this work. Here. Just showing this map real quick. This is a set of radiuses for people who are willing to travel for Spugum. So right now, the greatest overlap of all of those little circles for people who want to attend is on the East Coast. So if anybody they feel like they're not represented in this, and you're, you know, in the Midwest or on the West Coast or Canada or wherever, please go to spugum.com and put your information in, and that will factor in heavily, because right now I'm just looking at the East Coast, and will continue to do so until I see more people chiming in.
So is that like how far someone's willing to travel?
Yep. Yeah. So basically, the center of the circle is where they're located, and then one of the questions that I asked was, "Hey, how far would you be willing to go?" And so these were travel distances. So I was just looking for the greatest amount of overlap here.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I thought these were photographic radiuses of spy balloons. I'm not even going to lie. When I first saw this,
Yeah, they are. This is.
But I'm impressed, Nick. This is cool.
So by my reading, this says something in Washington DC is likely.
Yeah, it's actually, if you look at right where all of these circles over here come together, it's actually in Frederick, Maryland. So it might be
Even
there.
better.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll drive into the office, whatever.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I just wanted to bring that up. Here.
That's
Apologies
fantastic.
for puppy
Nick,
ones. I'm
you
trying
know,
to click
Nick
the
is-
stop share thing and it's not letting me, so I don't know.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're
fine.
fine. No, you're fine. You stop sharing. So, hey, Nick, as we go forward, if you need some time outside of Q&A, just let me know.
Okay.
And we'll get you time outside of Q&A so that we don't have to, so that we can highlight this a little bit better. That's good stuff. Anything else, sir?
No, I think that's it for me.
Excellent. Any other questions? Hunter, by chance?
Yeah, we're facing a problem with, I believe it's repo.managed, I think is the exact one. And I was wondering if anybody knows if there's an existing bug report for repo.manage affecting Ubuntu repos, Ubuntu or Debian repos.
Are you on Wonder?
I'm on 3005.
Are you on Wonder in 3005?
Oh, yes, we're using Wonder. Sorry.
Okay. I do believe there was an issue that's being addressed because Wonder does not have access to the Ubuntu Python libraries.
Okay. We were seeing it before Wonder as well.
Then maybe it's not related.
Specifically, it's the trust keyword that you can add. It's getting malformed when you actually put it into the Ubuntu, what is it, repos.list, I think. And we've had to replace repo.managed with, we're just blasting the file out with file.manage now, but I was wanting to report that one. But I wanted
Hunter,
to ask, I wanted to ask before I created another problem report.
Yeah, Melissa is asking in the chat, is it repeating lines in the first or in the list file? Excuse me.
Yeah, it also does that. Yeah, we've ended up with some huge files.
So the repeating issue, I believe we had addressed that I thought we addressed that in 3005, but maybe it went into 3004, 3006.
Okay.
That one I believe had to do with like trailing slashes in like certain parts of the URLs or the source list. I'm just looking for the PR now.
If you send me a PR, I'll check the code that we're actually running. And if I need to, I can come up with I should be able to come up with a concrete duplicatable error case.
Yeah, like I said, it might be something that's planned for 3006. I do Melissa's comment about the repeating lines. I do remember seeing that at some point.
Okay. Just wanted to check. I'll go ahead and make sure that we can duplicate it and then file that as a bug report. Thanks all.
Thank you, Hunter. Excellent as always. Anyone else? Any more questions? No? None from Gary? None from Brandon? Wow. Easy group today. All right. Well, listen, going once, going twice. Let's hear it for our new joke man, Shane Lee, who's going to play us out on today's open hour.
I think Nicholas Hughes has given me a run for my money with such favorites as recording denier and fail hard to fail harder. Anyway, I just don't wonder, is anybody else having a hard time charging their milk? Because mine is stuck at 2%.
Hey-o!
Oh.
Well done. Bravo.
That-
Thanks,
That
everybody.
joke was worthy of your predecessor, Shane.
Was it?
I think that joke had expired, actually.
Oh,
Snap.
Very good. All right. Thanks everybody for coming to Open Hour. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great President's Day off if you get that day off, and we will see you on the next Open Hour. Be sure to hit me on Slack. A final reminder for you. What are you doing with salt? It'll be a great help if you're willing to do that for us. Thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, y'all.